Leo's Big Journey. Leo lived in a small village nestled between high mountains. He'd never seen the ocean, never been on a train, and definitely never flown in a plane. His world was the village, his family, and the familiar paths through the fields. But Leo dreamed. He dreamed of faraway lands, of shimmering cities, and vast, endless skies. His grandmother, Nana Elara, used to tell him stories of her youth, of flying machines that soared like giant birds. These stories filled Leo with a longing he couldn't explain. One day a letter arrived. It was from his uncle Mateo, who lived in a city by the sea, a city Leo had only heard whispered about in Nana Elara's tales. Uncle Mateo invited Leo to visit. He'd even arranged for a plane ticket. Leo was thrilled but also terrified. A plane? Flying high above the clouds? It felt like a dream, a beautiful, scary dream. He talked to Nana Elara, his voice trembling with excitement and fear. "It's a big adventure, Leo," Nana Elara said, her eyes twinkling. "But remember, even the biggest adventures start with a small step." The day of the flight finally arrived. Leo's family gathered at the small airport, a place as foreign to him as the moon. The plane looked huge, a silver bird resting on the tarmac. It seemed to hum with a powerful energy, and Leo felt a strange mix of wonder and apprehension. Getting on the plane was an adventure in itself. He had to walk down a long corridor, past people talking in languages he didn't understand, his heart beating like a drum against his ribs. The flight attendant, a kind woman with a warm smile, helped him find his seat. The seat was small and comfortable. He looked out the window. The ground seemed far away, then closer, then far again as the plane moved. He felt a slight rumble as the engine started, and then a slow, powerful push, and they were moving. Faster and faster they went, until the ground started to disappear beneath them. Leo gasped. He looked out the window and saw the village shrink below, then the fields, then the mountains. He was actually flying. It was even more amazing than Nana Elara's stories. But then a problem. A small but significant one. Leo's stomach suddenly felt funny. Not a little funny, but really, really funny. It was a roller coaster of feelings, a mix of excitement and an overwhelming nausea that had arrived like an unexpected guest. He felt the plane tilt slightly, and a wave of panic washed over him. He grabbed the armrests tightly, his knuckles turning white. The flight attendant noticed his distress and rushed over, offering him a small paper bag and a reassuring smile. "It's okay," she said softly. "Many people feel this way on their first flight. Just breathe deeply." Leo did his best to follow her instructions. He took slow, deep breaths, the air tasting slightly metallic, and the sight of the vast emptiness outside the window made him feel dizzy. He felt a little better as the plane leveled out, although his stomach continued to remind him it wasn't too happy. Hours passed, filled with beautiful views, white fluffy clouds that looked like cotton balls and the deep blue of the ocean, a color he had never witnessed before. He saw how the land changed, from mountains to plains to the shimmering ribbon of the coastline. He watched a movie on the small screen in front of him, a cartoon about talking animals, and it felt almost too childish for him. But still, it was a distraction, a way to stop himself from getting upset all over again. As the plane began its descent, Leo felt a wave of relief. He could see the city lights twinkling below. He felt his fear give way to exhilaration. He had done it. He had flown. Landing was gentler than he expected. The plane slowed, rolled to a stop, and the engines hummed to a quiet silence. He felt a little bit shaky, a little queasy still, but also incredibly proud of himself. He carefully put his bag over his shoulder and exited the airplane, looking around in astonishment. Uncle Mateo was waiting for him, a wide grin on his face. Leo ran into his arms, feeling a mixture of relief, excitement, and gratitude. He couldn't wait to tell Nana Elara about his incredible journey. This is just the beginning of Leo's adventure. The story could continue with his exploration of the city, his experiences with Uncle Mateo, and his eventual return home, sharing his newfound confidence and the tales of his flight. Each part could expand on this foundation, keeping the language simple yet building the narrative.